I have a love-hate relationship with Dodgeball. Let me explain. Obviously, I like Dodgeball a lot. I even made a whole video about why I believe it's the best Rec Room original. In the comments of that video, however, quite a few of you felt the opposite, and I agree with you. Sorta. Dodgeball is unique in a way that I can't just make a video proclaiming that it's the best RRO. That would be unbalanced, because Dodgeball is simultaneously the best, but also the worst Rec Room original. Here are my 10 reasons why Dodgeball is the worst Rec Room original. Number 10. Laggy servers. Whether it's someone with McDonald's Wi-Fi hosting the server or another that lag spikes every 2 seconds, Dodgeball servers can get particularly laggy and unplayable fast. A laggy server can lead to an increase in catchouts, laggy throws obviously, and other game-breaking bugs. This could be a Rec Room issue in general, but it happens so often in Dodgeball. It's hard to find a good server most of the time, and it's pretty frustrating. Number 9. Games can drag on. In my previous video, I explained that Dodgeball games are usually very short, only consisting of 3 players on each team with a maximum of 5 rounds. Sometimes though, Dodgeball games last forever, and if you're already out, it can be excruciatingly boring to wait. The length of the game really depends on who you're playing with. People who just stand at the front line with all 3 balls, waiting for you to pick one up and fall into their trap so they can hit you, are my personal favorite. Strafers, height abusers, and talkative players are usually to blame for long Dodgeball games. Either way, I usually end up switching lobbies. Number 8. Frequent bugs. This is another instance of something that happens to all of Rec Room, but I see in Dodgeball a lot. Rec Room updates that are intended to fix one area of the game usually end up backfiring and introduce new bugs all over the place. A recent example is the teleport delay bug. In Dodgeball, you can't use teleport without it immediately spawning you back unless you touch the ground. These bugs are super annoying, but what's even more frustrating is the fact that they last forever because, number 7, the devs don't care. I don't think that there has been an actual intentional change to Dodgeball since the fire effect was removed. Because Dodgeball isn't as popular as other Rec Room originals like Paintball or Quest, it doesn't really get the attention it needs from the devs. There are a lot of problems with Dodgeball, and while the community voices its concerns, they're often overlooked. Bugs go months without being fixed, the arena stays the same, and the gameplay never improves. Number 6. Shadow Balls. This is another big reason that people use, and I see all the time. Shadow Balls have been a thing in Dodgeball forever. They're a part of the game now, as there seems to be no hope of the devs fixing this bug. A Shadow Ball occurs when you're either teleporting or moving back, and the ball hits an invisible collision zone that is a little bit off. The ball doesn't hit your person, but it hits the collision zone and still counts you as out. It could be very annoying, especially when playing with people who frontline or don't give you any time at all to back up before throwing. Number 5. Sweats. We've all encountered this person before. I'm not telling anyone how they should play the game because you can play it however you want. Nobody's gonna stop you. But at the same time, I'm still gonna be annoyed by it. This type of player makes the game unbearable for everyone else. In private lobbies, I'm all for tryharding. I like playing to win sometimes with other like-minded players. But you can't really do that without getting some type of backlash in public lobbies. These players play like every single game is League, or that their life depends on it. They intentionally throw low, merge on purpose, and throw difficult throws just to win. I'm not saying that it's bad to try to win, but most people are there to just have fun, not play competitively. I know for me personally, this is why I don't play tournaments or join League, because I don't really like to play all that competitively. Number 4. Flicks and curves. Another type of player that ruins Dodgeball for me is the person who consistently flicks curves or extendos. These are very annoying and most of the time don't even hit anyone. They basically just waste their ball each time, and 1v1ing a player like this is dreadfully not fun. Number 3. The community. It was my first reason as to why Dodgeball is great, so it seemed fitting to address the other side of the Dodgeball community. One of my biggest pet peeves in Rec Room is toxicity. I cannot stand seeing other people be mean, hateful, or bully others for no reason. I see way too many examples of toxic players in Dodgeball every single day, and while I do have great experiences with the Dodgeball community often, one negative experience can overrule 100 positive ones. I see this reason used a lot by people who say Dodgeball is bad, and it makes sense. Yeah, there are toxic players everywhere in Rec Room, but, and without saying any names, I have seen examples of dedicated dodgeball players that are just generally toxic to everyone. A lot of the time, people like that will play it off like they're joking, but it gets to a point where toxicity just becomes their personality. It can be draining and detrimental to hang out with these people, so I understand this criticism. Number 2, Strafers. We've talked about a couple different types of dodgeball players so far, but nothing compares to the single worst thing I see in every single dodgeball game. If I had to pick, this would probably be my number 1 pet peeve in all of Rec Room. Strafers. I used to only think that trash-talking 9-year-olds would strafe, but as I've learned over the years, it's also anyone who has the mental capacity of a trash-talking 9-year-old. I get it, you can't catch, so you strafe. But have you ever tried to learn how to catch? I also find it funny those who say, it's called dodgeball for a reason. I don't care. I don't care what the game's called. Catching is in the game for a reason. And finally, the number 1 reason why dodgeball is the worst Rec Room original, Catchouts. Everyone hates Catchouts. They have been a part of the game for as long as I've played dodgeball, and I agree, they can be super annoying. I see this reason listed the most as to why people don't play dodgeball. It makes sense. The fact that it hasn't been improved or fixed over the many years that it's existed is even more frustrating. So there you have it. My 10 reasons why dodgeball is the worst Rec Room original game. If you want to see why I think dodgeball is also the best Rec Room original, the video is linked in the card and the description. Don't forget that once we reach 500 subs, I'll be playing 100 games of dodgeball with all of you on stream to celebrate. It'll be super fun, and there may even be opportunities to win prizes. Consider subscribing so you don't miss out. That's all from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.